it's the 7th of April 2019, and I'm again with Bill. It's Sunday.
Sunday the 7th.
Sunday, yeah, I just said that. Actually, this is the first of a new behind the scenes, and we're in Somerset, aren't we?
I hope we're in Somerset.
Yeah,
we're not somewhere else.
No, we're here by the East Somerset Railway, and we've just been on the steam train, which you can see behind us. We can see the carriages. The steam train's actually over that end, so that's really nice. We're by this beautiful old building, which is
museum.
It's a museum.
A few bits on the inside.
There you go, museum. A little bit of a wind, but it's fascinating. We've just been on the train and we've been down to Mendip Vale. We got off, we watched the train come off and turn around and go back to the other end, and we've been filming. Billy's been taking some still pictures which are bung up. And so Bill, first time on a train, steam train.
Still, yeah. Yeah, it was enjoyable. So, you know, no crowded areas. You're in a nice little cabin, I'm sure we've all seen
Carriage, yeah, you've got your own little carriage, no aisle.
Yeah.
And on the way down we had it all to ourselves.
Yeah, it's lovely.
We shared it with some people on the way back, which was fine. Very nice people,
Yeah.
and it's a lovely quaint station.
There's a nice smell to it when you got the windows down.
Yes,
it's
definitely.
puffing away. You can just smell this nice bit of steam.
So that's a great way to start this week's behind the scenes. Thanks for coming, Bill.
No, thank you for bringing me.
That's all right.
And
I'll be taking you home as well.
Yes, exactly.
We've had a nice little away day trip. So let's see what the rest of the week holds for the old Vobes one-eyed Kenobi. Oh, hello.
Hello, you.
That little noise was Echo. Hello. It's Monday the 8th of April 2019. I know the date for a change. Did he?
And it's right.
And it's right.
It's right.
Got the lovely Cynthia Julian with me today, and we are sitting beside a church. Where are we, Cynthia?
We're in Clapham.
Clapham.
Not Clapham, Yorkshire.
Is there a Clapham in Yorkshire?
Yeah, there is.
Clapham in irons up there.
Yeah.
We don't want to be clapped in irons. We have been out for a delightful walk, have we not?
We have around Clapham Woods.
Around Clapham Woods, which is just up there, and it's supposed to be full of demons and goblins and haunted. UFO sightings have been there. It's
Bigfoot.
yes, it's a nightmare. Now, when this behind the scenes goes out, the video that we have shot will also have already been out, so you would have seen that we have debunked all of that nonsense. Certainly I did.
You did.
Because it is the most beautiful, lovely wood that you could ever imagine.
Yeah, it was lovely there today, wasn't it? Spring.
Coppiced, managed, very lovely. Bluebells are out.
Wooden enemies.
Wooden enemies and primroses we saw.
Lovely.
And also fairy feet. No, they weren't fairy feet. They're slippers. Daughter slippers. Women's.
Now I can't remember. Lady slippers.
Ladies what?
Slippers.
Ladies slippers.
You've got me confused now. Yeah. It was very pleasant.
Very nice.
We didn't feel like we were being followed.
We didn't feel like
Because we weren't.
We weren't. Do you know? We didn't see a damn soul.
We did. A man in a car.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
actually that's true. That's true. We did see a damned soul. I mean, a soul who was damned. Man in a obviously part of the
Pickup.
coppicing.
Yeah, but something to do with it. So that was it.
Now, as I said before, we're sitting outside Clapham Wood. This lady here, natural detective. You found out something about the church, didn't you?
It's locked.
It's locked. Long silence, long pause as the cogs were turning.
Yes.
The church, we can't go in, it's
William
locked.
Morris tiles behind the aisle, I think.
William Morris is hiding behind the aisle.
It's wasted on you, isn't it?
His waist. Oh, his tiles. William Morris tiles.
Yeah,
They're the little original
and
ones.
they think, I believe, that he did them himself. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know.
Who else is going to do them then? If they're
Right.
William Morris's. Did he have minions?
Teams of people.
Oh, and people
Like
pay.
you got.
Shh. Echo is here. Here, Echo, come here. Come on. That's it. Look.
She's avoiding cameras. She's very camera shy.
Hello, Echo. Yes. We have all sorts of animals in this series, don't
Lots
we?
of whippets.
Lots of whippets, and we whip them every day.
Whip it and run.
Whip it and run. Well done. Where are you going, swine? Oh! Anyway,
Okay,
let's,
okay.
let's see what happens in tomorrow's episode before she knocks the camera over.
That's the one.
Oh, it's the 9th of April 2019, and the kettle has just boiled on my S. It's raining and wet outside, so I am making a coffee here. I've just had lunch. The great thing about the SE is that you can put your cup on it and keep it warm, which is great. So I was supposed to be going out for a walk with Claire Leach, one of our lovely viewers, but unfortunately Claire, unfortunately for Claire and I, the weather today, as I just said, is a bit grim, so we postponed it for tomorrow, so looking forward to that. In the meantime, I've been editing. Oh my god, I use a program to edit. It's a top-end professional program called DaVinci Resolve by Blackmagic. They make cameras and they also make grading software, and they've been producing editing software, and it's free to download. Just search for DaVinci Resolve. But be warned, ladies and gentlemen. Up until version 15, which is all free, you can buy a paid for version which has a few more things in, but the free version is pretty bloody good. Up until version 15, it worked on my relatively fast computer and I could edit HD no problem at all. Version 16 has been rewritten and has got some new stuff in it, and it looks really good, looks very sexy, but oh my goodness, it used all the resources straight away and I could barely run anything, so I've had to take it off and go back to 15 because 16 had just been launched. And stupidly, in doing the upgrade that I did to 16, I upgraded also the database so that it would work on 16. Stupidly, I should have done a backup, and I didn't do a backup, so it meant all my previous edits on everything I cannot use. So unless I get a faster machine or a faster graphics card with a bigger memory, I can still use it then, but I'd have to put 16 back on, but I don't want to do that at the moment. So, but it doesn't really matter. It's only my clients. If they ask for a little tweak on something, it means that I would have to basically do the whole edit from the original sources all over again, rather than just pick up an edit I've already done, which is a nightmare. But for most of my walking videos, it's not really a problem. Hello.
Hello.
What are you laughing at? It's the 10th of April 2019.
Yes, I think it is.
Yes.
I've lost track of the dates.
I know. And I'm here at Claire Leach's gaff, as they say. And we've been out for a lovely jolly old walk over the
Telscombe Tie.
the Telscombe Tie, not the telescope.
Telescope.
Yeah, whatever nonsense I kept coming out with. We made a video and it was hopefully, fingers crossed, superb. I haven't seen it. I've got to send it off to Kodak and get it back from the processors and then project it at home, and then I'll know whether it's any good or not. So it'll be smashing.
We went over to the village.
And we went over to Telscombe Village with the stud farm. And it was interesting because as we were passing the stud farm, the farmer came out and he said, you look just the kind of virile man we need at the moment. But I said, I'm sorry, Claire and I are doing some filming. So he was left very unhappy, wasn't he?
Yes, if you say so.
You think I made that bit up?
Probably.
Oh yes. Anyway, we did go around the village and we looked at a bloke up a tree who was sawing branches off.
Yeah.
That was true.
Yes, that bit's true.
That bit was true.
We saw some bluebells.
And we saw some bluebells, but we don't think they're English
And
bluebells.
skylarks.
Oh, a skylark was very close, wasn't it? It like was this far away, only a bit further.
It was very windy up there.
Oh my goodness, it was windy. We should have taken a kite, which would have been nice. Although we probably ended up, because where Claire lives down in Saltdean, it's very close to the cliffs, and if you had a kite with some wind, you could end up going over the cliffs, couldn't you?
And then when we were driving back from the cafe, you almost killed us.
You're talking about my driving now?
Yeah.
Shush. You said you weren't going to mention about my driving. You promised me that when the policeman came and asked me to breathe into that bag, you weren't going to say anything, swine. Claire took me out for a slap-up lunch. It was very nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We went to the Windy Cafe or something.
White Cliffs Cafe.
The White Cliffs Cafe, and had a lovely omelette and chips with a whole load of lovely salad stuff stuffed into a jar. It was the most peculiar thing. It was like a little jam jar or a pickles jar or something, and they just crammed in as many leaves, you know, like rocket and plums and strange things, and
pea shoots and things.
Yeah, with a little bit of very cold, what looked like cooked sweet potato that had been sliced and shoved in the top as a bit of, you know,
decoration.
Yeah, a bit of Art Nouveau or whatever they call it. To try and take away the fact that this was an old jam jar. And then Claire ordered, because you know she likes a bit of cake, she's from the Marie Antoinette brigade, she said, oh, I'm going to have a bit of Victoria sponge. But it was lemony, you said.
Yeah, it was really weird. And it had a soggy bottom.
So did it not, no, it thought it was a drizzle cake, did it? It was like half.
I think it was confused.
Half drizzle cake, half. So I went for but a lovely fruit cake, which you were then eyeing up very suspiciously, going, oh,
I preferred that.
Your cake looks nice.
I liked your
so in the
cake.
end, I just said, well, you better have it then. It's a shame, isn't it? So I'm starving now. No, not starving at all. Anyway, so I had a lovely time. Thank you very much, Claire. You've been an absolute star. And this goes out on Sunday, and on Monday, if the timings are right, that's when Claire's video where we go over and get blown away. No idea if the sound quality is any good because the wind was going like that.
I couldn't even hear anything.
And Claire's hair was at one point it shot off and there were just two baldies up there. It was rather embarrassing, but she managed to find it. Either that or it's somebody else's wig. It looks very nice. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I just have another one. I just have another one. Another little drinky poos. Well, 3 bottles down.
Yes, and 2 to go.
Marvellous.
Lovely.
It's what date is it today?
The 12th.
What year are we?
It is.
Is it the 12th?
12th.
God, we started this on the 10th.
We did, and it's April 2009.
Bloody hell. Where is it?
19.
Yeah, 19. Work it out for yourself. So,
No!
I'm not going there.
Don't go there.
I haven't. No, we're not sozzled really, but the lovely Kevin is here, and the lovely Cynthia Walder is sort of here, but not here.
Yeah.
If you see what I mean. She's sitting over there. She doesn't want to be in. Fair enough. She says I'm far removed from this nonsense.
Yes.
So Kevin and Cynthia have been to the Regency Townhouse today, and they thought it would be a lovely idea to gate crash on the Vobes, and I thought that was a dreadful idea, but they did come bearing cake. Very nice fruit cake.
Very nice fruit cake made by Cynthia.
Made by, there it is, no.
It's there.
Yeah, pass
yes,
it over.
hang on.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is.
Yes. I'll let you unveil it.
Because quite a bit of it's been eaten.
Yes. And so I'll just say that I had 1 slice.
And I've had 2. Ta-da! A lovely fruit cake, and it was, I have to say, delicious. Are you taking this with you, or are you leaving it?
That's for you.
That's for you.
Oh, fantastic. I can eat tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Woohoo! So they got talking. They were going to go away and eat somewhere else, and I said, no, you've got to be subjected to the Vobes' spaghetti bolognese.
Yes. You put your foot down.
I put it right down.
Yes.
And
right across my throat.
Yes. So what did you think? Was it all right?
It was very nice.
Say it again.
It was very nice.
That's right. It was all right, wasn't it? I don't know why I'm asking you guys. You don't know. No, it was nice to have company and nice to have guests. So thank you very much for coming.
No, it was very nice of you. Thank you very much for doing it.
And you did buy a bottle of wine.
I did.
And that probably is the first. Well, I've had 2 glasses of it, ladies and gentlemen, which is why I'm a little daft.
No, that's normal.
That's about, I don't know, over a year.
Oh, really?
Since I've had a glass, maybe 2 years since I've had a glass of wine.
Wow.
I've had a couple of beers in a year. I don't drink very much. That's barely anything.
Yeah.
Is that a pause? Yes. That was a pause. No, I just don't. I don't.
Yes.
I don't.
I was waiting for you to
say something.
Yes.
The brain's been pickled.
Yes.
But no, that was very nice, and it was lovely. And we've had a nice old chinwag and
Talking about all sorts of things.
licorice.
And our trip away in July.
Yes, we've been planning lots of things. Kevin has got an itinerary. He said as long as both of his arms. Mm-hmm. You had something as long as both arms. I can't remember what it was now.
That sounds like one of those fisherman's towels, doesn't it?
Yes.
It was really
this
that big. Oh, that big.
So
we had a good chat about that.
We've achieved a lot of things.
Yes, we have.
We've had a good laugh.
Yes.
And now the bigger laugh is they've got an hour's drive home. And I'm already here.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
The lovely Julia did come round, and I cooked some soup for her because she's not been very well, and she sends all her lovely regards, but she had to go home because A, she's pregnant, B, she's broken her finger, and she's incredibly and she's got a cold, and so she
very bad cold.
But yeah.
So we were lucky that she'd actually gone home before we got here.
Yes, you mean people. So yeah, but don't worry, she left the cold with me.
Oh, great.
And I've passed it on.
And you're sitting right next to me.
Yes, yes. I don't need it.
No.
I've got videos to make.
If only I'd known, I'd put a mask on.
So there you are.
Oh no, he's done it now. You said you weren't going to go down that, and so
we better end it there.
And so it's time to go.
Yes. Well, we've had fun. Anyway, thank you very much.
No,
both
thank
of
you
for
very
coming.
much. And the entertainment on your exercise ball.
Oh yes,
exercise ball.
Do check out the Facebook page in the group. If you're not a member of the group, go to the Bald Explorer group page. You will see me and my big red ball balancing down my back passage.
Yes.
I'll leave that thought with you. It's the 13th of April 2019. I have sobered up, ladies and gentlemen. I've sobered up. Yesterday was great fun, and it was lovely to see Kevin Hall, Cynthia Walder, and then earlier in the day the lovely Julia, but she didn't manage to get on the camera, so that's a shame. Today it's about 3 o'clock now, and I've not been doing very much. Let me just see if I can make this a bit brighter. No, that's gone the wrong way. I'll try and remember. It's a bit better. And just get my focus. Oh, sorry. There we go. Get my focus sorted out. I can do this in the behind the scenes because it's a very rough and raw and glimpse behind what goes on. Actually, I have recalled this now, not behind the scenes. I'm calling this my week. Because actually it is more about my week rather than, and although it is the behind the scenes, it is more about my week, and I think I shall stick to that. I'll see how it goes. If not that I'm sure anybody gives a monkey's what I call it, but it's a sort of glimpse of the week. So what have I been doing today? Well, I've been doing a bit of editing, a bit of clearing up. I've taken it easy today. I've had a bit of a day off. Yesterday was a day of entertaining people. So sort of 2 days off. I'm out tomorrow filming, going to Biddenden to do some filming about lambing, and I don't know what, I might go for a walk and do a video on that. I'm going to plan what I'm going to do a bit later. But I've principally been reading a lot today, and recently I love it. I'm reading a book by Niall Ferguson called Empire. which I thoroughly recommend if you're interested in the British Empire. I knew a little bit about it, you know, we all know smatterings of stuff, but I'd never actually read a book in great detail about it, and I thought it was about time I actually knew a bit more. So that's been just gripping to give a background into that. And my habit, it's a bad habit. You can see this is just some of the books I've got behind me, but you can see they're everywhere. What I tend to do is, you know, somebody will reference another book in it and you go, oh, that sounds interesting. Or I'll go to the back and look on the bibliography, and there'll be a ton of books in there, and I'll go, oh, that looks interesting. And before I've known it, the Amazon app, and I'm looking on the second-hand books because I can't really afford brand new books, but you see books for a couple of quid plus postage and packing, so it's about under £5 for what might have been a £15 book, brand new. And I don't care that somebody's read it beforehand, gives it another lease of life, I think. And I bought it. So on the back of that, it was interesting. There's a book about Dr. Livingstone, I presume. And again, he's a character that we learnt a little bit about at school, but not very much. And now it's a sort of distant memory. And the only thing I remember about him is, what's his name, Stanley, meeting him and going, Dr. Livingstone, I presume. And in Empire, it talks about that encounter. And I was interested about his life and his bizarre life, and so there's this great big thick tome that suddenly fell into my hands about him, and I thought, well, that's it, you know, it's going to be interesting and fascinating. Loads of my books are about Sussex, old books about Sussex. Small Talk in Sussex is one. I got a whole bunch here. What's this? Thanks to people like Elaine Brazier, who's been sending me the books. This one is the County Guide's book in Sussex, and that's The Ministry of Fear by Graham Greene. That's not quite it. Field Paths and Green Lanes, which is about Sussex, Alfriston, Wilmington. Loads and loads of old books I have. Another interesting book, sorry, I'm leaning out of frame here, is this one here, the Pocket Book of British Patriotism, which, it's got the flag in it, is a non-biased book. It's non-biased because it is simply a timeline, and that's all it is. It's just a time, you can't really see that because it's a bit too bright. And it just gives you what happened in Britain and what happened in abroad, a timeline, as a quick, easy reference in a book that you can grab and go, oh, okay, 1563, the 39 Articles. In 1563, also Fox's Book of Martyrs. In 1565, Sir William Raleigh introduces tobacco and potatoes. And it just gives you key events. Obviously, those key events, I suppose you could say that's biased, have been compiled by somebody, but basically everything is there as far as, you know, I can see, and it goes up to pretty much the current year. And it's just useful when you're hearing about things and you go, well, what was that? When was that? Not useful for everybody, of course. It seems that there's a diminishing amount of people who are interested in books, which is a shame, because to me, of course, every book is slightly biased by the author, absolutely, but for me, this represents somebody else's thoughts, and somebody else's thoughts are interesting because in the pages of these thoughts you go into all the reasons for and against and what have you, and then you can make up your own mind, and it's great. Anyway, that's what I've been doing today. A lot of reading. I love reading. It's amazing. I just wish I could retain it all. So thanks for watching. Sorry I've gone on a bit in this one, but next time let's see what happens in my week next week.